Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. This one's going to be about ARKHAM Shadows because I wanted to break it up from the ideas and stuff. So, make sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, the bell icon, all that jazz, and comment your opinions in the comments, and let me know what you think of the video. Now, this video is a little different because I honestly have a lot of different opinions on ARKHAM Shadow, and I feel like the game has gotten a lot of hate. Now, some of it is granted because of WB, their stupid, incompetent decisions. But this video isn't really about them. I honestly think it's genius for it to be in VR. Now, I know a lot of people, I know, you guys are going to hate me. Get your pitchforks ready, I know. But this is my opinions, and I want to talk about it because I think that this is a genius concept. Now, we have gotten a taste of what it's like to be Batman through the games and through the VR, ARKHAM VR, but this is taking it to a whole new level. And the game deserves that chance, to show what it is it can be. Now, it's a ARKHAM Origins prequel, and that's awesome as it is, because that's something a lot of people were wanting. Now, were people wanting it to be on MetaQuest? Fuck no. Now, was I less excited because of the freaking VR aspect? Yeah, I was like most of you guys. But I actually had some time to think. And I honestly think that it's genius. Now, I'm fully aware of all the flaws and stuff like that with people's equilibrium, the VR idea of the MetaQuest costing a lot of money, and a lot of people don't have that, so they're probably just going to watch it on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm fully aware of every bit of the flaws, but this isn't about that. This is about the idea of it being actually kind of genius. Now, compared to Suicide Squad, which was terrible, the least you can say about that game, I can make a separate video on that all day. The game trying to replicate that ARKHAM combat, going that far to really feel like Batman, to punch criminals in a way that the ARKHAM series couldn't do with the third-person feel. Now, you honestly were playing as Batman, but that's the key word. And getting to see villains like the Ratcatcher, getting to see stuff we never got to see, is great. Now, we can make arguments about it, the open world side of stuff, like why couldn't it be on console all day? Now, I understand all those gripes. I'm there with you. But I also like the idea of it being, VR. Getting to experience what it's like to be in that world, to see the origins of these villains, to be in that environment, to truly experience what it's like to be the Batman. That's the best part of the idea of it being in VR. Compared to the ARKHAM series where you're controlling Batman. You're getting to mess around, fight villains, and stuff like that. You're playing with him like he's a toy. And obviously that was the point, but it didn't give us that feel of truly being Batman. Now, I understand that it replicates that feel, like you're playing around with him. You get to experience what it's kind of like, but it's nothing like wearing the mask. It's nothing like actually getting to use those gadgets, to getting to the feel of being Batman, what it's like to be him. And those, wouldn't you like to be doing those stealth takedowns? Wouldn't you like to be fighting enemies like you're Batman? Like in the moment, doing the things he's doing. That's the idea that the VR is doing. They're doing it amazingly. Since getting to push boundaries with the VR idea of almost going to the realm of feeling like the character in a way that ARKHAM, VR couldn't do because of a lot of technical limitations. This game is truly putting you in the sense of getting to use your batarangs, use smoke bombs, fight people. You get to experience what it's like to be in that mask, to truly fight and do the things that Batman does, like glide kick from a building, do stuff and really get a sense of okay, like use the bat claw, stuff like that. There's a reason why a lot of like the actors love being in that costume. And it's the same reason why I like the concept of it being in VR. When your everyday life, you never get to see what you look like. Or unless you take a picture, or you look in a mirror, or you basically like find a way to see yourself. Because it's not like in Arkham where you're seeing yourself from a distance and stuff like that. You get to be the boy in the costume, or the girl in the costume, in a sense. And I honestly haven't even gotten into the technical side of things. Getting the, from the way the developers have been talking, they are fans of the Arkham series. Now, I know a lot of people, why can this be on console? This is an amazing concept. All this stuff, I've heard it all. And I can agree with a lot of it. But I also want to, enlighten a lot of people and say, hey, this is just my opinion. I want to see what you think. I personally think that I can agree with you guys. Yes, it could be a console game, and it would be great if it was. But I also see it as an amazing VR game. In a sense, it deserves a lot more of our respect for how bold it is. They took the challenge of like, okay, we want to make a VR game based in the Arkham universe, but it also wanted to feel like the Arkham games. For you to finally feel like you are Batman. You're not controlling him. You're not, having him move around, controlling him from a distance. You are the Batman. You get to feel what it's like to throw that batarang, to punch that goon in the face, to do this, or to glide kick and stuff like that. That's something that deserves praise. And it's not getting a lot of it because of how, understand a lot of people can't get a fucking MetaQuest. I get it. I know it does, I don't like the idea on a console that costs $500 and not many people have. I get that. Not everyone's a billionaire and people do live in poverty. I understand that completely. But I also understand that this concept of it being in VR is a brilliant one that deserves a lot more praise than it gets. It deserves a lot more thought because you're taking a game that was built for like a third-person point of view and actually making it first-person and making you feel like you are the character. You're not tagging along the adventure. You're getting to experience the adventure. You're experiencing what it's like to be Batman. And I feel like that's really the best idea of the whole thing. And I personally love it. Whether you agree or disagree with me, you can let me know in the comments. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for my thoughts on this. I honestly understand that there's a lot of people that are going to heavily disagree with me, and there's a lot of people that are going to say, well, this. I understand that completely. I completely get it. But I'm also going to say that it still deserves, that type of respect for how bold and how, great the developers are. Being fans of the series, trying to make the story work, getting to experience the game, with characters we've never gotten before is great. Now, I know that it also pisses people off because why couldn't we have gotten this in an actual game? Why couldn't we get... But the thing is, I feel like this deserves a bit of respect for how they're approaching the game, they're treating it with respect, and they're actually giving us an experience where we get to feel like the Batman. Not be tagging along and controlling him, we get to become him. And I feel like that's the best part. Getting to become the Batman in a truest sense. And that is why I like the game as a VR game. And I feel like that is just my opinion on it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below. Whether you agree, disagree, perfectly fine. Just don't be a dick.